How we doing, Hackney Empire? Black people? White people? Other people? Other... Actually, you know what? This is actually pretty good for black people. I'm impressed. There's a few seats there and a few there, but they're coming. They're coming. Black people, man. We're the only people in the world that can fuck up a surprise party. Get here at the same time as a surprisee. You man, oh shit, is it your party? Oh, you never saw me, shit. So yeah, I've been out in America, yay. I flew in a few weeks ago to Heathrow, to Terminal 5. So obviously, I sent my luggage by fucking boat, that's what I did. I went risking it. You know that terminal's taken 21 years. 21 years. You know that terminal that they built in Beijing for the Olympics? All right, it's bigger than the whole of Heathrow. 5 years that took to build. And you know why? Because the Chinese don't fuck about with protesters. That's why. Because you know that's why it took so long to build the Heathrow terminal. The protesters, we don't want a terminal. We don't want a terminal. We don't want it. It's going to mess up the environment. The environment. Right, am I the only one in here that doesn't give a fuck about the environment? Am I the only one? I do not care about the environment. I like going to the Caribbean. I ain't fucking cycling there. Right? I know you're supposed to save the environment for, you know, the planet, for the next generation and all that. But I ain't got kids. Fuck them. Stop trying to be posh black people. Black people don't care about the environment. No, we don't. Shut up. Black people don't care about the environment. We only recycle because we have to. We don't care about the environment. All right, I tell you what, black people, if somebody came to you tomorrow and said, listen, we're going to cut down every tree in your city, but you get free cable for a year. Black people like, cut down the trees, man, cut down the trees. Give me an axe, fuck it, give me an axe, you're too slow, cut. We don't care about the environment. So I'm out in America, that's why I moved out to America. I've been out there for about 10 months. Yeah. Woo! Obviously I had to lose a bit of weight before I went. Did you notice? Well, don't clap too loud. I've done this before. I'm going to be fat again by next year. I tell you why I had to lose weight. Two reasons. First reason, I discovered a few years ago that I got lupus. Do we know what lupus is? Most of you know. For those of you that don't know, it's basically an autoimmune disease, and it's basically your immune system attacking your body. It doesn't know the difference between good cells and bad cells. So it just attacks your body, right? Mine attacks my joints, gives me arthritis. So I have trouble with my hands and whatnot. Like, for instance, I can't even open a bag of crisps. But that kind of helped with the weight loss. I'm not really complaining. But it also means I'm not fantastic in bed either, sorry. I can't do all them freaky moves. I'm like that, look, I can do this. You're gonna have to do the rest yourself. You know how I found out I had lupus? This was the weird thing. Because I didn't know I had it. I didn't know I had it because my immune system fights everything, right? And like I don't get colds and flu very often because my immune system jumps on it. But it's over the top. It's like using a machete to kill a fly. It's just, right? And this is how I found out I had lupus. I went to Ghana. Any Ghanaians in? Woo! Woo! Yeah, Ghana, good. Love Ghana. Good, good. Got malaria. Not so good. Not so good. I got malaria in Ghana, didn't know I had it, right? Come back to England, was sick, didn't know I was sick, right? Like most people who get malaria, they get like the diarrhea, vomiting, sweating, they're fainting, collapsing, and then they die, right? I didn't get none of that. Right? The only symptom I got was the hallucinations. So they get hallucinations, and that's all I got. I didn't get nothing else, just hallucination. So I'm standing in a nightclub like this. Hold on a minute. Why am I being chatted up by a unicorn, right? I'm not into horses. Piss off. I don't like your shoes. Go on. And that's how I found out I had it. So I had to fix myself up. You know, lose some weight, get some pressure off the joints, right? Now, I couldn't tell you how I lost the weight. Do you want to know? Because if I start telling you, I ain't gonna stop. Are you sure you want to hear this shit? All right, I'm gonna tell you. What I did was I went to Thailand and I did one of those detoxes, right? Where you fast for 7 days. That's right, no food. No food, black people. No sneaking in, no rice and oxtail, no food. 7 days fasting, right? And two colonic irrigations a day. Self-administered. That's right. You gotta put the pipe up your own ass. Have you ever tried to put a pipe up your own ass? I get the feeling you have at the end. Have you ever tried to find your own anus? Took me half an hour. I'm lying there butt naked, sweating. Going, oh no, that's not it. Ow, ow. Oh, I just hit a lung. That isn't it. Ow. Oh, just had an orgasm. Think I'll leave it there for a little bit. Put the pipe up, stuff goes in, the stuff that comes out of it, ladies and gentlemen. Alien shit! I took pictures, I took pictures. But before I went to start, well, listen, I lost a stone in a week doing that detox. A stone, because they reckon the average person, right, is carrying up to 20 pounds of waste in their bodies. You know what that means? Do you know what that means, sir? That means you're full of shit. That's what that means. Telling you. So that's what I did, right? But obviously, before I went to Thailand, I wanted to see if I could do this whole colonic irrigation thing for real, because I'd never done it before. So I went to one of them places to do it for you. Has anyone had a colonic irrigation? Yes! Look at you. Yes! The rest of you, what is that? So black man's like, what is that? I will tell you, you haven't lived, mate. You haven't lived until you've lain on a bed and let a man stick a rubber tube up your ass without taking you to dinner first. Now I had what was, right? I don't know, you had a colonic irrigation, was it the machinery? Do you have the machinery? All technical and clean and stuff? Yeah? Yeah, the good one, the top of the range. My guy was kind of back to basics. I knew he was back to basics when I got there, and he was in the spare room of his house, right? And he had basically what looked like a fish tank on a shelf, and coming out of that was a like Henry the Hoover type pipe. The end of which goes in my ass, right? Now, in reality, it only goes up that much. But it felt like this. I'm standing, I'm lying there thinking, oh my God, this guy is trying to thread me. So now the pipe goes up your butt, pipe goes up, taps go on, water comes out the tank, down the pipes, up into your butt, up into your large intestine, right? He massages you, and then the water goes the other way, bringing the debris with it. That's a good word. Debris. That's a good word. Now, it's transparent pipes. So if you want to, you can have a look at the debris. I'm a nosy bitch. I looked. I was like that. Wow, I eat a lot of cashew nuts. Yes. Most of them without chewing. Yes. Was that a Walker's crisp bag I just saw float by? Now, so what happens, as the water fills up your large intestine, right, you get like a cramp in your gut. Did you get the cramp? You got the cramp? You get a cramp in your gut. I'm going to try and describe the cramp to you, because I can see that you're just dying to hear, right? Now, you know when you got diarrhea, and you really want to shit? You know that feeling that, I need shit. Stop trying to be posh, black people, you know what I'm talking about. You know when you're scared to fart, it's like, That's the feeling you get. Obviously, it was my first colonic irrigation, so I didn't know what to do. I'm lying there going, oh my God, I'm gonna shit down this tube. I'm gonna shit down a tube. But that's not what happens. It's just a feeling as the water fills up your intestine. And then the water comes out, it's like, And then it goes in again, oh shit, oh shit. It's good for you, Hackney. I told you, when I start telling you, you can't stop me. There's more. Now, as the debris comes out of you, sometimes there are noises. I know, it's embarrassing, right? You're there, you're with a strange man, your ass is out, you got a pipe sticking up it. It's not the most ideal social situation, and then you get noises. Obviously, I'm embarrassed, right? I'm embarrassed, so I'm trying to cover it up. I'm like that. Hey! Woo! How was your day? It's good for you, Hackney. It's good for you. Now, you finish your colonic irrigation, you put your pants on, you go. Now, can be a little bit difficult to get home after you've had a colonic irrigation. 2 reasons. First reason, you've had all the toxins washed out your body, so you're a little bit high, you're a bit ooh. Second reason, there is the possibility of leakage. Now, and I made the mistake of wearing white jeans that day. Okay, I'm messing with you, Hackney. When I say leakage, I'm not talking about poo. Water! Because they're pumping your intestine full of water. So sometimes a couple of pints might get left behind, right? So you'll be walking home after you've had your colonic irrigation, you'll be like, and then you think to yourself, you know what? I really want to fart. And then you do, and you end up watering some begonias behind you. Do you know what a weird feeling that is? Farting and wetting your pants. It's weird, but strangely pleasurable. It's good for you. So I went to Thailand and did that. I lost a stone in a week on that. And then what happens when you haven't eaten for a week and you've just been drinking water and liquids, when you come off that week, anything sweet, even a bit of fruit, is just too much. It's just like... So that's how it was. I was off the sugar. Because before I went to Thailand, I was a binge eater. When you lot saw me, you could see. You know I was getting a bit chubby, right? I was a bit chubby. I was a binge eater. I was one of them people that, a comfort eater. So I eat when I'm bored. I eat when I'm sad. But unfortunately, I also eat when I'm happy. So it was not a good look. But that put me off sugar completely. So I cut out wheat and sugar and started doing that eat right for your blood type thing where you eat foods according to your blood type, and the weight just dropped off. So in 10 months, I lost 4 stone in 10 months. Yeah. That's cool. It had to be done though. I was getting a bit chubby. You know you're getting a bit too chubby when people stare at you when you're eating cake. You know what I'm talking about? You're eating cake and people look at you like that. She's gonna die, she's gonna die. I'm in America now, I'm in Los Angeles. Woo-woo. Like it. I saw 50 Cent. Well, I saw him on TV, but I'm in America, so it's nearer. I'm educated. You know what? Americans have no idea that there's black people in England. Do you know this? They have got no idea. Every time I get on stage, I'm educating these people. I get on stage, right, and I start doing my stuff, and they're looking at me. You can see their little brains just blowing up. I start talking, and they're like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's an Aborigine. Oh. I'm serious, they're confused. The accent confuses them. It confuses them. They've got no idea there's black people in England. I use it all the time. I tell them any old shit and they believe it. I was talking to one American guy, I swear to God, and I told him, this is what I told him. I said, listen, what it is, I'm from an African pygmy tribe. And we learn English by reading the comics discarded by missionaries. And I'm from this pygmy tribe, but what happened, when I was 15, I was driven out of the tribe because I grew too tall. And my family sent me to America, and I got adopted by Angelina Jolie. They believe that shit. The accent confuses them. It confuses them. Like, for instance, I think I'm the only black person in America who's not afraid of the police. In fact, I pull them over. I do. I did it recently. I stopped a policeman. I was like, excuse me, officer, I can't help but notice that you have been following me for 8 miles. And the accent confused him. He was like that, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I thought you were black. Confuses them. But I like it in America. I do like it. My mum's not gonna, my mum likes the fact that I'm in America because she thinks I've got more money now. She thinks so. My mum rings me up in America for money. She thinks I've got loads of money. She's like, Gina, I want a bit of cash. Now that you are in Hollywood, A little bit of change. Not too much, Gina, not too much, just a little bit, just, maybe 80,000, not too much. What do you mean you don't have it? What do you mean you don't have it? You bastard. Aren't you in Hollywood with Eddie Murphy? Do you know how many sacrifices I made for you? I could have been an astronaut. She's not going to visit me there, though. She's not going to visit me there. Because my mum's never flown. My mum's never flown. She came from Nigeria to England by boat. Yeah, she came by boat. Took 8 weeks to get here. And I was like that, Mum, you went through all of that to live in Bethnal Green? What were you thinking? Now, Nigeria did have an airline, and I always wondered why my mother never flew. And then I went back to Nigeria with Nigeria Airways and realized why my mother took a boat. Nigeria Airways is shit. Makes EasyJet look like Concorde. Have you ever seen Nigerian people getting a flight? It's amazing. I didn't know that they could make luggage that big. I've never seen cases like this in my life. I saw a woman pulling a case which was this high. Come be, push the case, come be, push it. Push the case, push it. Push the case, come on, push it. We are nearly there, come on, push it, push it. Wait, Mr. Pilot, wait. It's hand luggage. Nigeria Airways. Here was an announcement. This was an announcement on the airline. This was an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Will all passengers please leave the plane and help give it a push start? So I went back to Nigeria, people. I went back to Nigeria. That's why I went back to Africa to get in touch with my roots, my African roots, my roots. I discovered that my roots are in London. Woo! Nigeria was scary. There's quite a bit of corruption in Nigeria, obviously, but obviously we know some of that because we get the emails that come over. Hello, my name is Prince Obidakbo Bolatito Chukwemeka. My father died, leaving me $26 billion, but I can't get to the money. So, if you give me your bank details and the PIN numbers for all of your cards, I will put the $26 billion into your bank account and only take $10 for myself. You fall for that shit, you deserve to lose everything you fucking own. Corruption in Nigeria. I discovered it at the airport. I discovered it at Lagos Airport. I got off the plane. Now to get off the plane, you pick up your luggage there. The door is there, right? To get out of the airport, you got to walk past a line of customs officers, all standing behind tables. and they watch you as you go out. And what they do, they pick you out for random search, except it's not that random. They pick you out if they think you got money, and what you're supposed to do is bribe your way out of the situation. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, right? So you're walking out with your luggage and they're like, you, come here, come here. Put your case on the table. 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 Put it on the table. Put your case on the table. Put it on the table. Put your case on the table. Open your case. Open your case. Open your case. Open it. Open your case. Open your case. Open it. Now what you're supposed to do at this point is open your case. When you open it, you're supposed to let a $20 note just slip out of your hand into the hand of the customs officer, right? And he's like that. Close your case, close your case. Close your case, close it. But I was like, no! I'm not bribing my way out of this airport. I am Nigerian. My mother and father were born here. I am an African. I am Nigerian. Achelelo, 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 achelelo. Cost me $200 to get out of that fucking airport. I think it was the dance. Yes, Nigerians in the house. Got Ghanaians. We got the islands in. What we got? We got Trinidadians. Woo! Antiguans, Bajans, Jamaicans. I love Jamaicans. I've been to Jamaica, you know. I've been to Jamaica, Jamaicans. I've been. Just know that I've been. I went for 2 weeks. Come back after 1. I did, yeah. Jamaican men are scary. And they're rough, innit? They're rough. Look, I've had different types of chat up in my life. Different types of chat up, right? I've had the Nigerian chat up, which is very forthright. You, come here. Take off your clothes. Then I've had the Cockney geezer chat up. You know the Cockney geezer chat up? It's like, you know, coming from Bethnal Green. Joe, I think you might recognise it. It's basically like, oi love, I'll fucking shag ya. I will, I'll shag ya. I'll shag ya. We game, we fuck off then. Lesbian. Then I had the Jamaican guy to come up to me on the beach. He'd come up to me like that. Actually, I gotta give him his proper dues. He was like that. One baby. Your pum pum looks fat. Pum pum. White people, pum pum, pum pum. Like I'm supposed to say, yes, it hasn't had no exercise in a long time. Please put my pum pum on the treadmill of penis. Rough. Rough. He wasn't even dressed right when he was talking to me. He had shorts and these Jesus sandals. His toes were so dry and ashy. They looked like twigs. He didn't know whether to put lotion on them or set fire to them. Rough. Even the animals are rough. I was in a car, right? I was in a car. I stopped the car to let a cow cross the road. A cow! This is how the cow was walking. I say moo. Rough. Has anyone been to America? You like it? I like LA. It's hot. It's nice. So there aren't that many places I can live as a black person, right? I'll tell you why, because I don't like being the only black person anywhere. I hate being the only black person in Nando's. I know people look at me funny because it's a chicken shop. That's never gonna happen, is it? It's never gonna happen. But I like a mix of people. I don't like to see all black people, all white people. I like a mix. I don't like being the only black person anywhere. So there's only certain places in the world that I can live as a black person, right? England, America, Caribbean, Africa. That's it. Because we get stared at. I've been all over the world, right, doing shows, and I know I get stared at. I've been to Thailand, Japan, China, Dubai, Iraq. I've been everywhere doing shows, and you know, we get stared at. So I like, because white people, you lot can go anywhere you like. Did you know that, Joe? You can go anywhere in the world. White people, you've invaded the whole planet. It's all yours. You could go anywhere. The world is your oyster. I'm telling you, you could be in a remote part of the Serengeti, and the tribes would not even bat an eyelid. They'll be like that. Mzumba, who is the pale face? Oh, that's just Joe from Hackney. That's fine. Go anywhere. Get stared at. I get stared at. I got stared at by black people in an African country. I went to Kenya, and I got stared at by white people and black people. Like I was in a nice hotel in Kenya, a nice hotel. And white people in the hotel were looking at me like I was supposed to be serving them drinks. You know them ones where you're in a hotel, and you're in a posh hotel and the white people are looking at you. I was lying by the pool, and the white people were walking by me like that. She's just lying there. And the black people in the hotel resented me because I didn't work in the hotel. They hated me. And I go down to the restaurant for breakfast in the morning. I could not get served. I couldn't. I'd be there going, can I get a bottle of... Can I get some? And then the white people would come down and they'd be like, oh, Mr. Johnson, come down, sit down. I'll sit there, sit for you, sit down. I got bacon, eggs, turkey, whatever you want. Well, I cooked it in my house and brought it here just for you. My wife is at the back. Do you want my wife? You can fuck my wife if you want to. I'll bring my wife. And I'll be there, can I get? And you see the women in the kitchen were just standing back there looking at me. Look at her. Look at her. How does she get to sit and eat with the white man? How can she? She's no better than us. She is no better than us. She just has a better relaxer. That's all. Black people, we've got to like each other a bit more. We don't like each other very much, do we? We need more unity. More unity. We ain't got that unity. Black people, we never liked each other. I remember when I was a kid at school, being an African kid was not cool. See, that's the Jamaicans laughing. That's the Jamaicans. They used to laugh at me at school, call me names, African boo-boo. Spear chaka, that was another one. Spear chaka. I used to love sports at school, couldn't look at a fucking javelin. But I want to do it, I'm not doing it. Go have unity, black people. Other people have unity, white people, unity. They get together, they help each other out. Nepotism, they give each other jobs. Okay, the rich white people give each other jobs. Indians, they put their money together. They buy properties, they buy shops. When we were kids, we used to laugh at them in the shops. They look at you in your little corner shop. Ah, give me a Kit Kat chunky and fuck off. Ah. Laugh at them in their little corner shops, but now their kids are driving Mercedes. And now they've sold those businesses. And now the Eastern Europeans have bought up those businesses. And their kids are gonna be driving Mercedes. And in 30 years' time, they'll all be rich, and black people will still be here working at the post office, I don't get it. This country's fucking racist, man. Unity, black people. We gotta put our money together. But yes. If I was to open a black bank tomorrow, would you put your money in it? No. Black people like that. Oh, it's a black bank. It's a black bank. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to leave my money in Barclays. That's what I'm going to do. All right, I'll give you a pound. You can have a pound. And for that pound, you'll be ringing up every day. Is it there? Is the pound there? I'm bringing back tomorrow. Unity. Black people gotta leave money for our kids. When we die, that is. Gotta leave money for the kids. James Brown died, didn't leave a will. Barry White died, didn't leave a will. Black people gotta leave a will. Gotta do what the white people do. Maybe put money aside for our kids. White people do that. They go, Tabitha was born. And we opened a little bank account for her. So, so she could save throughout her life. And white kids have got that support from mum and dad all through their life. They go to school, they get pocket money from mum and dad. Mum and dad. All through school, mum and dad, pocket money from mum and dad. Then they get to 16, 17, they want to buy a car. Where do they get the money from? Mum and dad. Mum and dad give them money to buy a car, mum and dad. Then they go to college, they want to get books and stuff. Money from mum and dad, mum and dad. They get that support from mum and dad. Then they want to buy their first house. Where do they get the deposit from? Mum and dad. Mum and dad. Mum and dad. Then they get married. Who gives them the money for the wedding? Mum and dad. Mum and dad. They've always got that support from mum and dad. And then when mum and dad get old, they put them in a home. That's gratitude for mum and dad. Me put my mum in a home, that would never happen. My mum will be like that. Home? No. The only home I'm going to is yours. So I'm in America. I live not too far from the beach, actually, in Los Angeles. I'm not too far from the beach. I go down there sometimes, hang out. You see all the skinny Botoxed plastic surgery that women walking around with no arse, no tits. And they got really big heads, because the heads don't lose weight. So your body gets skinny, but your head looks really big. They have to put Botox in their neck to hold their head up. And they're down there, and then there's this place called Muscle Beach on Venice Beach, where they've got a gym outside. You've got all these guys, big muscles, working out. And they're all working out, and they know that everybody's watching, so they're just showing off. They're like that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I'm not even holding weight. Yeah. I like hanging out down the beach. I like the beach. Obviously, I don't go in the water when I go down there. 2 reasons why I do not go in the water. First reason, they got sharks down there. That's the first reason. They got sharks. They got shit that eats you in the water. I can't think of a worse way to die than being eaten alive. I know, right, there aren't that many shark deaths a year in America, maybe 3, right? But I can't take the risk. I am one of those unlucky fuckers. I'll be in the water, there'll be no sharks for miles. They'll be in Australia, and they'll be like that. What do you fancy for lunch? Do you fancy a bit of seal, bit of tuna? What do you want? You know what? I fancy a bit of black comedian. What about you? I think I can smell one in Los Angeles. Let's fucking go. I ain't risking it. I've seen the documentaries. I know. Sharks don't actually like the taste of human flesh. They just take a nibble and move on. But a nibble for a shark is my fucking torso. They're greedy. Why don't they just take a lick? Wouldn't the sea be so much safer if sharks took a lick? Obviously, you get a lot more women swimming like that. Nothing wrong with a bit of shark cunnilingus. Shut up. It's a black man trying to pretend like they don't know what I mean. Cunny what? Cunny what? I don't know what you're talking about. What? Cunny what? Second reason why I don't go in the water, I'm a black woman. I'm not getting my hair wet for anybody. Did you know, ladies? Did you know, girls? What's your name, lovely? Pat. You look like a Pat as well. And what's your mate's name? Hey? Jenny. What's your name? Shelley. They're such hackney white girl names. Pat, Jenny, Shelley. Don't say Tanisha. What's your name, love? Patricia. Pat, you mean? Why try to make it sound posh? You're Pat. You're fucking Pat. Well, girls, did you know? Black women, we don't like to get our hair wet. Did you know? Have you ever seen a black woman on the Olympic swimming team? Never going to happen. Say, Pat, you can just wash and go. Black women, we have to wash and stay. You're never gonna see a black woman on the Olympic swimming team. You're never gonna see a black woman in the movies where you have to make love in the shower. Because we will be in that shower with a Sainsbury's carrier bag. It's in the Bible. It's documented in the Bible. There's the passage where Moses takes the children of Israel to the banks of the Red Sea and says, we're going to cross this. It was a black woman that turned to Moses. Moses, I've just had my hair relaxed. You better part that shit. In America, they're into all that plastic surgery stuff as well. The whole plastic surgery thing. They're into all that. I'm not into that yet. But I hear the next big thing that's coming to America, I don't know if you heard about this, the next big thing that's coming to America is the face transplant. Because you know the first face transplant has been done. Do we know this? The first face transplant was done 2 years ago. French woman got drunk, fell asleep on her sofa. While she was asleep, her pet dog ate her face. How wasted can you possibly be that a dog will eat your face and you don't wake up? That would be some commercial for a beer, wouldn't it? This beer is so strong, you won't even wake up if a dog eats your face. Do you know how she found out the dog had eaten her face? She got up. She tried to smoke a cigarette. It kept falling out of her no longer there lips. I don't make this shit up, people. This actually happened. Go Google it when you get home. Type in dog ate face, stupid drunk bitch. It'll come up. But you know the freaky thing, she still got the dog. I'm sorry, I would have hung that dog from a lamppost until it shit my nose and lips back. I'd have been like, give me back my face, photo. Well, it wouldn't have been like that. It would have been, ooh, yeah. See, black people can't believe it. She still got the dog. See, black people, we can't understand it. Do you understand that, Joe? Because white people, you've got a much better relationship with your animals, you know? You're animal lovers. You're a nation of animal lovers. Black people, we ain't got that relationship with animals. We don't have it. We just don't. Did you have a pet dog when you were a kid? See, I never had pets when I was a kid. My mum didn't allow that shit. My mum was like that. Dogs! Oh no, they're dirty and they shit everywhere. Cats? Oh no, they're dirty, they shit and leave hair everywhere. Goldfish? No. I don't like their eyes. We ain't animal lovers. That's why we can't believe that woman's got that dog still. I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking about the woman who donated her face. I'm admiring of the woman that donated her face. A woman donated her face. She couldn't have had an open casket funeral, could she? That would have been a bit weird. She was buried in her favourite dress. And a Batman mask, yeah. That's going to trickle down though. We'll all be able to get face transplants, people. Soon we'll be able to buy our favourite celebrity's face on eBay. I'm waiting for Halle Berry's face myself. I'll be walking around Los Angeles with my Halle Berry face on. And people say, wow, Halle's let herself go. Jamaica. I went to Trinidad too. I went for the carnival. Yeah, the carnival was good. Everybody dancing in the street. Trinidad, oh my people. But you gotta be careful because you're dancing in the street and next minute a man just comes up behind you. Trinidad. No, wait a minute, where you going? Trinidad. It's a bit of a shock because I'm there dancing. Trinidad. Jamaica and Nigeria are similar. I think Nigerians and Jamaicans are similar. No. And as you said no, a Nigerian at the back went no. And that's exactly, we're similar. Even the countries are similar. I went to both. It's a hustle to live in both places. Jamaica, I went to Jamaica, right? I was there. A friend of mine, her granddad died while we were out there. Went to the funeral home to pick up the body, right? People outside the funeral home trying to sell us shit as we went into the funeral home. They're like that, psst, come here. You want to buy a cheaper coffin? Go inside, get the body, bring it out the back. Put it in my coffin. And then we went in to get the body, right? In the funeral home, none of the bodies labeled. That's right, in the funeral home. We went there, we're like, we're here to pick up Mr. Spencer. And the man was like that, right, Mr. Spencer. Which one looked like a Mr. Spencer? Come on, have a look yourself, man. Come, look in the coffin, look in the coffin. Open it, man, open it, look inside. Is that Mr. Spencer? That's not Mr. Spencer? Come, man, come. Look in this one. Oh, turn the head around, look at the face, turn it around. What you bawling for? What you crying for? Is that Mr. Spencer? But you cry like it's not Mr. Spencer, is it? You're bawling for come, man, come. Is that Mr. I know it don't have no legs, but look at the face. Is that? That's not Mr. Spencer. Right. What about this one? This Mr. No, that. What about this one? This one? No, that's not Mr. What about this one? No. After about 20 bodies, we're like that. Fuck it, it's that one. Give me that one. Try and explain it to the kids at the funeral. Yes, Johnny, sometimes when the body decomposes, it does turn into a white woman. Yes, sometimes. Similar. Nigeria is also a hassle to live. You commit a murder in Nigeria, you will get away with it. The only way you'll get caught is if the police turn up, you're standing over the body saying, I did it. Because we ain't got no CSI in Nigeria. The police turn up at a crime scene and they're like that. Okay, there's a dead body. Somebody has been killed. Did you do it? No? What about you? No? Shit. We will never catch the killer. That's the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming out. Thank you. Bye-bye.